Wagwan family, manners and respect. Go ahead and mark yourself present by hitting the like button. Let me know you're alive and well. Family, you know it is my duty to come out here and give you guys the right information, the truth, anywhere I see it fit to put it in, and when I see the lie, I call it out, and when I see the bullcrap, the cover up and the makeup artistry, I will call it out. In this video, it is one of such videos where politician companies spout a lot of nonsense. They only see one side and they don't see the other side, and everybody coming out about this PNP headquarters nonsense that went on up there with the journalists, which later we realize it all fake and a lie and all cover up and make up and all them stuff. But when the real happening where MP Warmington assault reporter, assault, I'm not talking about a threat which was not even directed at the journalists in the first place. The same group who they say that is coming up with this type of disrespect towards the journalists, they were the ones who invited the journalists up there. So make that make sense, people.
But as Minister with responsibility for information, on behalf of the government of Jamaica and all well-thinking Jamaicans, I strongly condemn the recent attacks on journalists last evening at the PNP headquarters, including the specific incidents that have been brought to light. In particular, I want to address the incident that occurred where a journalist was threatened with rape by a supporter of the party. This threat is completely unacceptable and represents a new low in the treatment of journalists in Jamaica. We are deeply disturbed, Madam Speaker, by the trauma that this incident has undoubtedly caused for the female journalist who was present.
Family, according to the PNP internal investigation, this journalist that he is saying must be traumatized was not even in the vicinity of the conversation that was being held. And I get to understand also that they were not even talking to the journalists. The journalists that did not even overheard the statement coming from the person's mouth. It was a conversation between a party member with another party member, had nothing to do with the journalist according to the internal investigation of the PNP. So there would be no trauma to suffer from. The person did not heard it until later on the radio. It was later on the radio when the journalists heard all of that. You know who is really traumatized? Minister of Misinformation? The little 7-year-old that I did a report on the other day. That 7-year-old girl was found by a school youth under a mango tree. That 7-year-old youth, the 7-year-old girl when none of you talk about in a parliament, you guys should be outraged on that. You should be outraged. She is traumatized.
These actions are completely unacceptable and a violation of the fundamental rights of journalists. There was also an incident where a PNP Correction Deputy General Secretary sought to prevent a journalist from interviewing persons and also chastise media workers for the color clothing they were wearing.
I truly think it is disgusting to be going to a PNP headquarters wearing Labour right colors. And it would be also disgusting for a journalist to be going to the Labour right headquarters wearing the PNP colors. It looked like a setup. Journalists should be neutral. What about wearing neutral colors? Why you going to PNP headquarters in a Labour right color? Why would you go to Labour right headquarters in PNP color? Use common sense. Nobody's stupid. Family, let me tell you, the Labour right treat journalists the worst. And they don't come out and say nothing. We have the proof right here. Listen to this.
Political firebrand Everald Warmington on Friday last week caused quite a stir when he launched a scathing verbal attack on reporters at the JLP headquarters.
I said don't do it, you don't do it. I'm not here for no show. So I said don't take no picture, don't take none. If I said not take me, not take none, that's me say. I don't know who you are, I said don't take no picture of me. So I said not take me, not take none. That's simplest thing that me say. I'm not here on a model. I said not take no picture of me. Man, shut and none of you should be on the compound. You shouldn't be here. If they need you, they'll call you. If they need you, they'll call you.
Mr. Warmington subsequently apologized to the Gleaner intern whose camera he had hit when she tried to take his photograph.
Madam Speaker, it is the responsibility of the PNP to ensure that their supporters do not engage in such behavior in the future. As a government, we are committed to upholding the principles of press freedom and freedom of speech, which are cornerstones of our democracy. Journalists play a critical role in providing information to the public, and they must be able to do so without fear of violence or intimidation.
So we have a politician who assaulted a journalist before, and Minister of Misinformation don't come out and tell nobody. Warmington hit a journalist's camera before. That's an assault. Let's continue to listen about this misinformation coming from this government, but we won't allow it. We are doing our work. Hear this.
The recent incidents are particularly troubling, given that they occurred just 1 week after World Press Freedom Day, on which Jamaica plunged in the Global Press Freedom Index, moving from 12 to 32. I want to assure the media and the public that the safety and security of journalists are a top priority for our government. Any attack on the press is an attack on our democracy itself, and we will not stand for it.
What the JLP really not going to stand for? For the truth to try come to the people, and even the Prime Minister tried to suppress 18 degrees north after they did a wonderful job on him, that even start that Integrity Commission report on Andrew Onis. 18 degrees north was very instrumental, but listen how Andrew Onis tried to shut down the press. These people are just lying. Misinformation minister right here.
A journalist's report has angered the Jamaican Prime Minister. The local media became a buzz Tuesday morning following the airing of television show 18 Degrees North on Television Jamaica Monday night. The show alleged that Prime Minister Andrew Holness's property taxes are in arrears, among other related accusations that the Prime Minister labels as libelous. In a statement Tuesday morning, Mr. Holness says, quote, I totally and completely reject the assertions, inferences and innuendos made in the television program 18 Degrees North, aired on TVJ on Monday, 30th May 2016. In particular, I wish to make it clear that all my property taxes are paid up to date, and I have never entered into any arrangement with the intent of evading any of Jamaica's tax laws or benefiting from public contracts. I view this matter seriously and have retained legal counsel, end quote. Meanwhile, attorney representing Prime Minister Holness, Senior Counsel Gordon Robinson, told the C News team that what is being sought at this time is a retraction.
I'm writing to the producers of 18 Degrees North and to Television Jamaica to ask them if they would be kind enough to offer some amends for the allegations that have been made. It depends on what Television Jamaica and 18 Degrees North producers do. If they offer amends and the apology and the retraction and they basically do the right thing, well, then there'll be no need for a lawsuit. But I think it's safe to say that if they don't, that a lawsuit is inevitable. But they must first be given an opportunity to retract.
Just so you know it, people, 18 Degrees North investigation. The main foundation behind the Integrity Commission report where they find Andrew Onis in a bull crap as a minister of education. So all what he was doing here was trying to intimidate the media. He was trying to intimidate 18 Degrees North by shutting down the report that she was doing, Zara Burton was doing, for it not to get to us. So I'm covered lie and all these tough people when the woman was right on point. Later on we learned in the Integrity report, everything what Zara Burton was saying basically was the truth. So this administration is a cover-up artist. They cover up, they try to suppress information, they try to suppress the media. Ghana Parliament of all places in our house with misinformation and want the people to believe it, and they do not have the media houses in Jamaica to fact check these lies. But all these informations are out there, family, right at our fingertip. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. As usual, I am a student in your guys' class. Make sure your comments make sense in every sentence. If it's the first time on this page and you like what we do, go ahead and subscribe. If you don't want to do that right now, you can always come back and join the family. If you do not like what we are doing on this page, family, don't start no trouble. just click that button and find another page that you might like. We don't have to fight over here. We are adults. However, I truly appreciate the fact that you stopped here and watched this video anyway. And if at any time you choose to change your mind and want to become a part of this family, you are welcome to subscribe. All right, guys, manners.